We are going to talk about how to lose belly fat. So the belly fat that you have around your midsection, that fat around your midsection, you are going to learn how to lose that, okay? So I'm seeing many people already coming. Awesome, awesome. How's it going, guys? How are you? Guys, so first thing, I needed to take notes because there will be many things that you are going to learn here. Of course, only those who will stay with me, because you're going to learn today how to lose your belly fat, okay? And get pen and paper because you will need that. I guarantee that you're going to need that. So one thing, guys, if you know someone that needs to lose belly fat as well, just go to this icon here. So this icon, you can see to share this live with one of your friends. So at least 3 friends. So you're going to click on this icon at the bottom right side, and then you share this live to your friend, because I'm guaranteed that this is going to help him or her a lot. So one important thing. So now I need all your attention, okay? Because if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss many things. First thing, when we talk about belly fat, you need to understand one thing that most women confuse is about what? You need to know that actually 100% of what you are seeing around your belly is pure fat. Because many times that you are looking at your belly, you're looking in front of the mirror, you see, I'm fat. Oh my God, I need to lose that belly fat. But many times is because your body is struggling to detoxify the toxins around that area. And then actually you're having fluid retention, you're having edema every day. When you wake up, and then every single time at the end of the night, at the end of the day, you are always with your belly big, and then in your mind you think, oh, I'm fat, so I need to burn that fat. But remember, you need to solve one thing first, and then you need to focus on another thing. So the first thing, number one priority, is you need to make sure that your body is having the capacity to detoxify all the toxins to avoid what? To avoid edema, to avoid fluid retention, for you to avoid getting bloated. Because you can get bloated for many reasons. One of the reasons because of that. Your body, you're not teaching your body is struggling to get to digest the food and to get the toxins in and then detoxify that, dilute those toxins. That's the first thing, okay? So first, solve that issue. I'm gonna show you many things here, but that's the first thing that you need to understand. Let me put this a little bit here. And then one solution. Thiago, okay, so how can I at least improve that area to avoid edema, to avoid fluid retention, for me to guarantee that I'm gonna lose my belly, and like after some weeks, I'm gonna start losing my belly, and because I'm gonna help my body to detoxify all the toxins properly. So what's the first step? Step number 1, guys. This is a topic for me to do another live. So I'm gonna give you just one tip, okay, about this topic. So the first thing, you need to prioritize, at least at the beginning, to help your body. You need to be the friend of your body. If you are the enemy of your body, you're gonna increase your belly fat or your belly every single time, especially when you are aging. But the first tip is you need to spend some time reducing the high FODMAP food. Foods, including healthy foods, including unhealthy foods. I'm talking about all the foods, but foods that are high FODMAP. What does it mean? Tiago, what does it mean, high FODMAP food? Foods that can easily ferment in your body, in your stomach, in your intestine, that can easily ferment. Your body struggles to digest that, including healthy food as well. So remember, so you need to first prioritize reducing that to help your body digest better, properly. And then I could tell you many other things as well for you to focus on this, okay? But step number 1, make sure that you are going to help your body to detoxify, because many times you are struggling to detoxify. There are many toxins around here, and then you are having edema. Your belly is big, or every day is big, because your body is just not diluting the toxins. One thing. Now let's talk about belly fat, like fat. Now let's dig deeper and talk about the belly fat. Take notes with that. Remember, take notes. One important thing is that I see many women making so many mistakes. So remember, it's important to understand that while you are doing the strategy to lose the belly fat, many women make this mistake. Every single day, you're always focused, okay, I'm going to follow this strategy. I'm going to follow this diet. I'm going to eat this food. And then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that to lose my belly fat. While you are doing something correct, right? There are other things that you are missing, that you are not seeing, that is influencing you gain more belly fat as well. You have no idea. There are many, many mistakes that you guys are doing. That, okay, I'm following a diet. Okay, everything clean. I'm doing this. I'm working out, blah, blah, blah. And then you are forgetting all the things that while you are losing your belly fat because of the stress that you are doing, in other ways, something that you are missing, that you are not, you don't know what you don't know, right? You are increasing the chances of increasing the belly fat. And then you keep that vicious cycle. Like you lose it and then you gain it. You lose it and then you gain it. So be aware of that. And then today I'm going to tell you what is influencing that area, the accumulation of that belly fat, okay? The midsection, because I know most of you guys are struggling with that. So one thing, let me check it out. Guys, check this out. Check this image here. Let's see if you're gonna see that. Check it out. You need to understand how your belly fat. How's your belly fat? So check it out. So here I'm not the best design, but check this out. You are here, right? Let's say this is the belly. Can you see that? Are you guys seeing that? So this is the belly, right? So these are your legs. I hope you guys can see. So remember, check it out. The first part is your subcutaneous fat. Okay? Subcutaneous fat here. And then after this part, you're gonna see your muscle. So you have the muscle, right? Your abs here. Abdominal muscle here. After that, okay, just imagine. So this is the first part, subcutaneous fat here, and then you have your muscle. And then what's the point? What you need to focus on? Your goal is to lose what? To lose that part, the visceral fat, the most dangerous fat. That's the area that you can accumulate the most, and that's the most dangerous, and then can create like a vicious cycle of you accumulate fat in other parts of your body as well because of these bad fat, this visceral fat, okay? So that's around your organs. And then I'm gonna show you how you're gonna lose that, how you're gonna help your body to stimulate and lose that more, for you to burn that in that area, okay? That's important. The first thing, so can you guys see, right? Did you guys understand? Yeah? Okay. Oh, check it out. Let me go now this. Take notes, so pay attention to that. One important thing. And then you can ask, okay, Thiago, what's the first thing that's influencing my belly to get bigger, my belly fat, for me to accumulate my belly fat? First thing, Thiago, what's the first thing? Tell me. I want to know. Take notes. One important thing is you have some receptors in your visceral fat. I'm talking about here, visceral fat, the most important. The belly fat that you're having, most of the time is here. Your belly is big like this every single day because of this, the visceral fat, especially the visceral fat, okay? You have this fat as well, but the most important is this one. You are increasing, you are stimulating that area for you to create more visceral fat. What's the first thing that's influencing that? High cortisol levels, high stress, stressed out. You are stressed out every time. Thiago, but I think I'm not stressed out. I think I'm not stressed out. Are you sure? Do you really? I'm gonna tell you, and then you let me know. Guys, remember, the stress is the first thing that will influence that area, this region, the cortisol, when you are having high levels of cortisol. And that's chronic, that's happening every time. But most of you guys don't know how you are stressed out. I'm gonna tell about that. So most of you guys don't know when you're stressed out. You guys think that, if I'm stressed out, it means that I'm thinking about something that's stressing me out. Not necessarily. The symptoms of your high levels of stress can manifest differently in your body. And then if you're having, for example, you don't realize that you're stressed out here mentally. You think that's okay. But you don't have energy. You're having low energy during the day. This is a symptom that can be high levels of cortisol. Maybe you are really stressed out during the day. You don't notice here because now it's in your routine because you have your life, and that's now is a chronic stress. And the symptoms of your stress is lack of energy. You don't feel, that's the one symptom. And then you think that your lack of energy is your hormones, will be all the hormones. I think it's because I'm post-menopause, so I think that's the reason why. I think that's because of my thyroid. Many reasons. One of the reasons can be because of what? Because you're stressed out, you don't know that you're stressed out, and the symptom, your body's manifesting, instead of giving stress here, I need to do this, I need to do that. No, the symptom is what? Lack of energy. So it's the first thing that will influence your belly fat to get bigger is your stress. Ah, Thiago, but I'm not stressed out, I'm anxious. I'm not stressed out, I'm anxious. Same thing. When you have high levels of anxiety, for example, you have a meeting tomorrow, and then every day you have something to do, and you are always thinking about that, and you are always anxious. I need to do this, I need to do that. Okay, after this I'm going. So, and then when you are thinking, remember, when you are thinking, you are creating feelings, and those feelings you create chemical reactions. Which chemical reactions? What you are releasing when you are anxious? Cortisol as well, and then adrenaline as well. The hormones that will what? If you keep having this every single time, because remember, cortisol is super healthy, super important. Every day is important we release cortisol. I'm going to talk about that. It's super important. But the problem is because you guys, especially during this pandemic, especially because we are all having a crazy life nowadays, you don't know that your cortisol is high, your adrenaline is high, your anxiety is helping your body to stimulate, you are conditioning the accumulation of fat where? Here, in your belly. Why? Because you have receptors, cortisol receptors, who are here in your visceral fat. I'm talking about visceral fat. They are here, just waiting. The command, guys, your body is an animal. So your body just received the command of what? Of the boss. Who is the boss? Your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, right? So only if you are aware, but your body is controlled by your conscious mind, but only if you are not on autopilot. Because if you don't realize that you are having high levels of stress, and then you don't realize that your lack of energy or your digestive issues, that's another symptom of your stress. I'm having digestive issues, but I'm not stressed out. I think I'm not stressed out because you are relating only here. But you're having digestive issues, right? You are going to the toilet, or you are not going to the toilet. So that's your stress, your high levels of stress can manifest in 1,000 different ways. So be aware. Why? Because cortisol, high levels of cortisol and constant, like chronic stress that we call, or chronic anxiety. Remember that you don't need to be stressed, but anxious. That can accumulate. You are stimulating your body to accumulate the fat here. Okay. This is number one. Why I'm saying that already? Because I want to blow your mind. Because I know that most of you guys are having that stress or anxiety, especially because of these craziness, right? This pandemic, this craziness. So I know that's one of the main things that you are facing right now. And be aware of that. So that's the first thing. And then, okay, you can tell me, Thiago, okay, give me tips. I need to understand how to control my cortisol. I need to know how to control that for me to avoid gaining belly fat, for me to help my body to lose belly fat, especially my visceral fat. I want to learn how to create a great environment inside my body to lose my belly fat, this area. So tell me, I'm going to tell you. Take notes. Do you guys have pen and paper, right? Take notes now. The first thing that when you talk about cortisol to improve and focus on reducing your belly fat, the first thing is what? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to just, I don't want to forget anything here. Yes, another thing, let me tell you one thing. I almost missed, take notes about that. One important thing as well is when you are stressed out and you have 1,000 symptoms, right? The vitamins that are crucial for you to get results, the minerals that are crucial to get results, you are consuming that, they are decreasing. For example, let's suppose you need vitamin B complex. You need vitamin 9, vitamin 12, vitamin B12, all the vitamin B complex that will be responsible to control, for example, to produce more melatonin. So it's one of the things that is important to produce serotonin and convert to melatonin for you to sleep better, for example, to reduce your stress. That's another thing. But because you're stressed out every single day, you are decreasing all your vitamins that you have in your body. Vitamin C, you are decreasing your magnesium in your body. And then you can tell me, Thiago, but actually I'm eating a lot of food high in vitamin B complex. Thiago, but I'm taking supplements. I'm taking supplements of vitamin C. But that's the point. You are solving one issue here. You are increasing your vitamins and minerals to help your whole body, to reduce the stress, to help your whole system. But at the end of the day, you are always getting stressed out, you are anxious, or you are having those symptoms, you are decreasing that. And you keep that vicious cycle. And then your belly is never improving. You are always struggling, and then you never know why. I think that's, the reason is because I'm aging. I'm gonna talk about your age, so stay with me. Only those who will stay with me will know about aging, about hormones. I'm gonna talk about that. Stay with me. But remember this part. Remember that's gonna be super, super important that if you guys don't focus on control your stress, your anxiety, that's gonna be step number 1 for you to increase your belly, okay? But let's go to the solution. I'm gonna give you just some tips, guys. Take notes. I cannot give you, because I teach step by step on my program. All my clients have access to step by step of how to reduce anxiety and stress, okay? I have these, really like for you guys to study that in my program. My clients learn that. But let's go. The first thing is what? Your day. When we talk about cortisol, for you to reduce your cortisol, control, help your body to manage and release cortisol at the right time during the day, what do you need? You need to focus on your biological clock, on your circadian rhythm. Tiago, what do you mean? What I mean is your cortisol is influenced every single day by what? By the sunlight. And then, if you are getting the sunlight the wrong time, if you are getting bright light at the wrong time, you're not focusing on getting the sunlight at the right time every single day, your body is always confused. Okay, what time that I'm going to release cortisol, stress hormone, or anxiety? What time I'm going to release that? What time I'm going to release my hormones to relax? What time? Your body is always confused. Why? Because you're not getting the sunlight at the right time. So take notes. Remember, I don't know if I can... I'm going to check it out. Yeah, I think that's important you guys see this. Check this out. Guys, this is going to be crucial. See, if you miss that, you're going to keep struggling forever, because most professionals don't teach you that. Because when you talk about belly fat, we don't talk about one thing. It's a system. You need to connect all the dots to combine everything. And then boom, you start seeing your belly shrinking. Okay? So only if you stay with me, you're going to realize that. So check it out. When we talk about your cortisol that influences your belly fat, we talk about here. Here's your day, right? So I'm going to put a graphic here. And then let's say here is the graphic. Let me just see if I can. So time. I'm just seeing where I'm going to put. So to be easy for you, let me show you. When you wake up about 8 a.m., so I just decided to tell you, and then you just take note. When you wake up, your cortisol hormone will naturally spike about 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Take notes, 8 a.m. So that's a great time for you to do what? For you to go and get the sunlight. About 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., that's a great spot for you to get the sunlight. Tiago, but I need to, okay, what do I need to do? Like how long? Okay, if you have just 10 minutes, go to the sunlight, get it in your face, because what matters is what? Your retina. It should be in your retina, around your face. Of course, you don't check the sun, right? But it's in your face. It's important. Why? Because by doing this is the first step for you to teach your body to release cortisol at the right time and regulate your cortisol and your serotonin, the neurotransmitter serotonin, and you're gonna start like stimulating your body to start producing serotonin throughout the day properly. And then you are conditioning your body. Your body is never lost anymore. Why? Because now you are doing right. You are getting the sunlight, 6 to 8 a.m. The cortisol will spike. That's a great time as well for you to work out, for you to regulate as well your hormone. And that's the point. Your goal is to what? Is to condition your cortisol levels throughout the day, guys. So you start adjusting your cortisol hormone during the whole day. The first step is in the morning, right? For you to reduce your cortisol. So you have the spike, 8 a.m. And then your cortisol will tend to decrease. When it's going to be about 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., take notes, this is important. 4 to 6 p.m., your cortisol will have like a small spike as well, a small spike. What does it mean? It means that specific time, you will tend to feel your serotonin will decrease that time. Your testosterone will decrease as well. Testosterone, serotonin, and your cortisol will do it's a natural situation. 4 to 6 p.m. What you need to do? That specific time, you need to know already that it's going to be easier you have cravings. It's going to be easier you feel a little bit a little bit down. You can feel a little bit, I'm a little bit sad. I don't know why. I'm a little bit stressed out. I'm a little bit anxious or a little bit stressed out that specific time. Why? Because you just need to understand your body and help your body. So you are just releasing more cortisol hormone at that specific time, and your testosterone and your serotonin is reducing. What you should do? Tiago, okay, what do I need to do to manage better my cortisol? A great idea. dark chocolate because of tryptophan. So between that time, you have like a great snack. You can have like a smoothie with cacao, or you can have like a 90% dark chocolate because of chocolate is amazing. It's a great source of what? Tryptophan that will help your body to release and in serotonin. This will create you're gonna relax, you're gonna start relaxing your body, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna reduce your cortisol. Remember that your goal is to modulate your cortisol hormone to what? For your belly fat. Remember, I'm just talking about one thing, guys. Take notes. That's why you're seeing that's complex. It's not I'm gonna do this diet and in 1 week I'm gonna lose my belly fat. Okay, you can lose your inches, you can shrink your belly, but you know what's gonna happen after 6 months, right? You know what happened with you when you try something that was generic, nobody was teaching you about that, your hormones and everything. And then after 6 months, you know what happened, right? You gain your weight back again. So I'm teaching you the strategy that you will sustain. You're going to sustain forever. That's what I'm teaching. And that's what I teach in my program. Okay? I never think like short term. I think long term for you to keep feeling great about yourself after 5 years, after 10 years. Especially if you are going through menopause or if you're post-menopause already. Okay? So remember, take notes. After 4 to 6 p.m. you can stimulate your body to reduce your cortisol more. You can work out. You can just, for example, go and walk outside because the sunrise and the sunset, you get the sunlight about that time when the sun is going down. The sunset and the sunrise, it's crucial for you to regulate your cortisol. Okay? To regulate your cortisol. So 4 to 6 p.m. if you can, go outside, walk. You just walk for 30 minutes, get that sunlight. You need that. If you don't get the sunlight, your body will be confused. You will never release cortisol hormone at the right time. Your body will always be confused. And then another consequence is what? Guys, a vicious cycle. Another consequence of that is what? More stress, more anxiety, more struggle to sleep. So there will be like 1,000 boom reactions in your body. And then you're always having this vicious cycle. So remember, 4 to 6 p.m. you have a small spike of cortisol, do this. Dark chocolate would be amazing, a smoothie with dark chocolate or cacao nibs, for example. And then other foods that are high in tryptophan. And you go outside, you get the sunlight, and then you just walk, you exercise, because when you are exercising, you spike your cortisol a little bit, but you're doing the right stimulus to your body to, after you finish your workout, your cortisol, boom, decreases. And then you are regulated again. That's why workout is crucial for you, to modulate your cortisol, okay? When we talk about long term, okay? So remember, that's the first thing. That's the first solution that you need to do. Let's see. I don't want to miss anything here. So check it out. Stay with me. One example. Remember what I told you. I'm talking about now the way for you to help your body to lose the belly fat, to modulate your cortisol is another thing is your circadian rhythm, right? Your biological clock, to release the hormones at the right time and to decrease some hormones at the right time as well. One of the things is what? You need to understand. For example, your ghrelin, the hormone responsible for you to feel hungry, usually releases in your body naturally. This is natural, so it depends on your life. That can be completely messed up, but naturally is 8 a.m., midday, and 5 p.m. Take notes. Your ghrelin, your hormone that's responsible for you to feel hungry, that your body is always that time. Naturally, your body is telling, okay, Maria, let's say your name is Maria. Maria, okay, give me food, I'm ready. So all your digestive system is more prepared naturally. I'm talking about what's natural, okay? Because I know there are 1,000 situations that most of you guys are faced. But naturally, 8 a.m., midday, and 5 p.m., your hormone, your ghrelin, boom, spikes. That time, specific time, is your body is more likely to digest and absorb the foods. Okay, remember this because of your ghrelin hormone. And then another thing as well that you need to avoid accumulating belly fat is what? The time as well that you eat, for example, in the evening. You need to prioritize foods. Remember that the low FODMAP foods, right? That I told you about the other things. But now I'm talking about foods to help your body to avoid influence and destroy your sleep. And you release more cortisol, and the most important, you become insulin resistant. Because nowadays, you know, until 7 p.m., guys, is the right spot. Until 7 p.m. is the right time that you can eat, like have your dinner. when you have later than that, when you're the closer to your sleep time, the more problems you're gonna have. Okay, one of the problems, let's suppose you're gonna sleep at 11 p.m. and then you are eating, you're having your dinner, for example, at 9 p.m. One example, 9 p.m. now, right? And then that is like you're just forcing your body to work. Your body's not liking that you are eating at that time, because your body's not, all your digestive system is not supposed to work at that time. Your body, all your digestive system is ready to what? To what? To rest, right? Because you are close to go to sleep, right? And then you are giving this, like you are eating, like you're gonna eat like a chicken, or you're gonna eat something that will, you're gonna eat a meat, or you're gonna eat something like this. You are creating what? That's the first step. There are many steps, but that's one of the steps for you to become insulin resistant. So you can create insulin resistance because you are always having something really late, and then you are doing what? Influencing your sleep. You will never sleep deep. You are gonna struggle to achieve the delta level. Delta level is what? Is when you are sleeping. The brain waves, the deepest brain wave, when you are completely sleep, like 100% sleeping, is called delta level, the brain wave. And then you're always struggling to do this and to have like the REM, right? The REM cycle, rapid eyes movement, when you are having like your dreams. You're always struggling to achieve that level because what? Because of what? Just because you ate late, just because of that. And then this is create another vicious cycle. And then remember, I'm talking about what? What's the purpose of this that I'm talking about? Belly fat. Because why? Because nowadays we know, take notes, when you become insulin resistant, what's going to happen? You tend to accumulate fat around that. Why? Because it's visceral fat. Because you tend to accumulate more visceral fat when you are becoming insulin resistant. That's another thing that you should avoid. So the solution, Thiago, what's the solution? Okay, in the evening, try to eat as early as you can. You can eat your carbs, no problem, guys. You can eat like brown rice, black rice, you can eat potatoes. As long as that's the point, as long as you eat early, like 7 p.m. for example, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., that's a great spot. And digestible foods, you need to be the friend of your body. So always make sure that you're gonna digesting the food properly. And that's why you need to emphasize foods that are easy to digest in the evening, okay? Why? Because these will influence your circadian rhythm, your biological clock. Right? Remember what I told you? The serotonin, now it's time for you to what? To increase the serotonin, the neurotransmitter, to convert in melatonin hormone, the hormone for you to make you sleep, for you to calm down, and then for you to reduce your what? Your cortisol, for you to feel less stressed out, for you to relax. What's going to happen? You are stimulating, you are teaching your body, go to this direction of losing my belly fat. So you are conditioning your body. It's all about that. You need to teach your body. Got it? It's not something like, so do this and that's it, you're going to lose your belly fat. Your body is super smart. Your body is super smart. So that's why you need to take notes. Another thing, guys, every time is going to be more important. Another thing as well that's going to be important to know about yes, I told you, right, about your sleep. So another thing that will influence that area of accumulate visceral fat is your sleep, right? So like I said, because of the ghrelin hormone, the leptin hormone, and the insulin hormone. They are crucial. They will be regulated. Your cortisol will be regulated. Your melatonin will be regulated while you are sleeping as well, right? And then another thing, another situation. You are checking the phone. You are getting the bright light after, for example, 10 p.m., after 11 p.m., and you are still in the phone. What's going to happen? The next day, you're gonna tend to feel more anxious, more stressed out, and then you don't have like a patience. You become less patient because your hormones are deregulated again. Because of what? Because your hormones and the cortisol, like I told you, your cortisol, your adrenaline is influenced by light as well, by the light as well. Especially the sunlight and light as well, like artificial light from your phone, from the TV, from your laptop. So that's why, that's another reason, okay? So take notes with that. That's another thing. Day sleep. And then let's talk about another hormone that most of you guys, women, want to know as well. We are going to talk about estrogen hormone. Estrogen hormone, okay? Especially you guys, most of you guys, you ladies who are post-menopause or close to go to menopause, you need to know that. Let me see the comments here. So, okay, come up asked, what can we eat to improve digestion at night? So one important thing, you need to avoid, for example, eat a lot of animal protein, for example. You need to focus on vegetable protein because it's more digestible. For example, some vegetables, it's important you cook them really well because if your body struggles to digest, one example, let's say you're cooking your broccoli, right? But you're not cooking enough. If your gut microbiome is weak, it's weak already because your body is inflamed, what's going to happen? Your body will struggle to digest that broccoli. Why? Just because you didn't cook enough, right? And that can be another struggle. Because any food, including healthy and unhealthy, that your body struggles to digest and absorb, that becomes a problem in your sleep. That's what I'm saying. So you need to prioritize something easy to digest, right? But at the same time, you need to cook your food properly. Even, for example, you can steam your greens. You can steam them. You don't need to spend too much time to avoid losing the nutrients. But for example, your spinach, lettuce, it's better you steam them a little bit high temperature, like quick, 30 seconds, 1 minute, because you're going to help your body to digest that and absorb that properly. And the most important thing, chewing. You need to chew a lot because let's say, Thiago, I'm doing everything perfect. I'm eating my foods 6 p.m. Only vegetable protein, only foods easy to digest. But then when I ask, okay, perfect, amazing. So how long are you eating your food? Thiago, I'm eating like in 5 minutes because I'm super busy. It doesn't matter. So you're going to destroy everything that you are trying anyways. Because all the problems, food allergies, all the inflammation can start where? Here in your mouth because you forgot to break the foods down properly. Right? Your intestine and your stomach will never do the job of your teeth to break it down. That's the first thing for you to help your body to digest properly. Otherwise, you never sleep deep properly. And then this will influence your cortisol, and this will influence your anxiety, your stress the next day, and then this will influence what? More visceral fat, and then your belly will get bigger. Everything's connected, guys. That's the point. Everything's connected. I teach that in my program because that's why my program is holistic. We think about everything. Because not just one thing. And that's why you are failing so far, struggling so far, because you are thinking just one strategy. But that's the answer, okay? Who else? I'm going to just ask. What a great live, Santiago. Oh, awesome. Thiago. My name is Thiago. It's not Santiago, but great. I like that. Who else? Any question, guys? Is it okay to drink milk just before bedtime or absolutely nothing? So, yes, another thing. One important thing. Even milk as well, because remember, milk is protein, right? Like a macronutrient. Of course, it's much more digestible compared to, for example, meat, of course. And of course, there are some properties, some nutrients in milk that can help your sleep. But what was the problem? The problem with that is because you are not seeing the both parts. While you have some nutrients that are better for you to sleep, for you to calm down when you are drinking milk, but you are having other things that will struggle, that will disturb your sleep quality as well. So you think that you slept well, but then, for example, Thiago, I slept the whole night, but then the next day, when you wake up, you don't have energy. It doesn't make sense. Because one of the signs to see if you are sleeping really well is when you wake up with energy. Today, I wake up crushing it. So really, when I don't sleep well, I wake up I feel like a trash, like terrible. Do you understand that? So remember, always, it's good, for example, you have like 2 hours before, like a tea, chamomile tea, lavender tea, and then something like easy. You can have like after 7 p.m., if you have like a fruit, like something easy to digest, and then a small portion, it would be fine. I'm talking about like dinner, something like big, more portions, right? So just for you to make sure, to understand. Cool? Guys, okay, let's go. Take notes about that. The next thing, you don't want to miss that. One important thing, estrogen hormone. Take notes with that because I know you want to know that. Yeah, very insightful. Thank you. Awesome. So the estrogen hormone, you know that when there are two situations, right? Or you can have estrogen dominance, right? Because what's your goal? Your goal is to modulate all your hormones, including your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, right? To keep like regulated. If you're, for example, your progesterone, you're close to going close to menopause, your progesterone is decreasing, is a little bit lower already, and then you are having a little bit of estrogen dominance. These are a problem. You can gain weight, especially where? Where? Belly. Because why? Because we are talking about visceral fat. Visceral fat is here, guys. The belly fat that you are talking about, that you always ask to lose, is mainly the visceral fat. The visceral fat. And when you talk about estrogen when it's too high, like dominance, and when it's low, because now you are in postmenopause. Both situations are a problem for you. You can easily accumulate belly fat, right? You know that. I don't need to tell you that, right? Your estrogen hormone. So, two situations. Tiago, okay, what's the first step for me to help my body to regulate my estrogen hormone? Tell me the first step. Take notes, because I know that you want to know that. Let me tell you, the first step, pay attention, the first step for you to modulate your estrogen hormone, what's the first step that you need to think about is what? Focus on reduce the inflammation and regulate your what? Gut microbiome. Why? Because nowadays we know, paper from 2017 showing the relation, a direct relationship between your estrogen hormones and your gut microbiome. It's called estrogen gut axis, the connection. So what does it mean? It means that everything that's happening in your gut microbiome, the bacteria, the viruses, the fungi, everything inside your gut microbiome, everything that's happening, if it's not regulated, good bacteria with bad bacteria, what's happening? You are influencing your estrogen hormone even more. If it's low, it's going to be lower. If it's high, it's going to be higher. So, but why? Because everything's messed up. Okay, Tiago, how can I improve my estrogen hormone? Focusing on reduce the inflammation and regulate your gut microbiome. 100% focus on your gut microbiome. That's the first step. Because the last option most of you guys make this mistake when we talk about hormones. The first thing that you think about is what? Okay, the first thing that I need to think is what? Pills. Let's take pills. Right? Guys, this is the last option. The last option that you need to take, for example, hormones, bioavailable, it cannot be synthetic. That's another thing. That's another problem most of you guys make, taking like synthetic hormones. Terrible idea. First, when you talk about taking pills, that's the last of the last option. You need to do many exams. That's the last option. What's the first option? You need to first regulate your gut microbiome, because just by doing this, you're gonna regulate your estrogen, right? You're gonna your estrogen hormones will not be like in dominance like a lot. Why? Because you're regulating the other hormones as well. Your testosterone, that's important as well to you, right? And your progesterone, that's important as well to you. So everything will start for you to modulate your hormones, including your estrogen, your gut microbiome. Focus on that. Focus on that. Don't think about anything else first. The first thing is gut microbiome. That's why I talk a lot about gut microbiome in my program. I talk a lot in videos in gut microbiome, about gut microbiome, because when you are going to menopause, when you are struggling with your belly fat, the first thing that you need to think about is what? Your gut microbiome. And remember, your gut microbiome is a big mistake. People think, okay, my gut microbiome is only my intestine. No, it starts in your mouth as well. So when you start putting the food in your mouth and chewing, that's already, the process started already. So even if, right here, okay, Tiago, how can I improve my gut microbiome? What's the first step? Here, your mouth, how you are chewing, if you are break the food down properly. Otherwise, that's the first step for you to create food allergies, more inflammation in your body. And then this creates a vicious cycle. Got it? So focus on your gut microbiome. Let's talk about gut microbiome now when we talk about belly fat, to reduce the visceral fat, the belly that you want to lose. One thing, yeah, because that's why I took notes, because I don't want to forget. Tiago, what influenced my hormones? Because you know that your hormones will influence your belly fat, right? You know that, of course. But you don't know, you never focus on what? The first thing to modulate your hormones is what? Food. Like I said, it's food, guys. The first step, I want to modulate, I want to improve my hormones, I want to help my body to regulate my hormones. What do I need to focus on? Food. How are you eating? How are you eating? What you are eating? What's the combination of food that you are doing? Tiago, I'm eating healthy. Okay, but a simple healthy food can inflame your body and you don't know. It's creating a food allergy. You are having a reaction of lack of energy, and nobody told you that can be like a food allergy, right? Tiago, but I did allergic testing. Okay, but there are many situations that you eat the food, and the reaction of that specific food will manifest after 5 days. One example, you are going to eat one specific food tonight, the reaction will manifest next week. You don't know when you do the exam. Do you understand that? So that's why you need to understand how to do this. That's why the first step for you to regulate your gut microbiome is what? Take note. Is finding food allergies. Food that's creating allergy, reactions in your body, that your body is not liking at that specific time. Because you destroyed so bad your gut microbiome, like your health for the last years, because of many things, even included here, right? Your stress, remember? But many things, and everything is messed up. And then for example, another situation, because you are eating the same food every day, you're not feeding the different bacteria in your gut. So your gut is here, right? The bacteria are here, and then you are eating the same food, same food. You're not focusing on variety. One day you are cooking with coconut oil, another situation you are cooking with olive oil, another situation you are using another oil, or vegetables, you are eating the same veggie, and there are like many different options, and you are not focusing on variety. What's happening? You are not strengthening your gut microbiome. And then all your struggle that you are having, because you need to strengthen your gut microbiome, you are not focusing on, for example, variety, feeding different bacteria to strengthen your gut microbiome, right? But then you can tell me, okay, Thiago, how can I strengthen my gut microbiome? Okay, I'm going to take probiotics and prebiotics. Guys, big mistake that many of you guys are doing. You are taking probiotics, for example, but you are forgetting to do the first step. Because the first step for you to heal your gut microbiome, to influence your hormones, to lose more belly fat, to everything, to reduce your stress, to reduce your anxiety, sleep better, to everything. The first step is finding the food allergies that you have. Okay, I'm eating this specific food now, 12 p.m. After 3 hours or tonight, I'm feeling more stressed out. I'm more stressed. I don't know why. I'm not having patience. Like, why? And then you think, okay, that's because of my life. No, that was not because of your life. That was because of that food, specific food that you ate in your lunch. It can be healthy. That's the point. That it can be healthy. It creates a food allergy, a reaction. And which reaction was that? More stress in the evening, for example. That's why your body manifests in completely different ways. That's why it's important you follow a structure, step by step. Okay, what's happening with my body now? Okay, today I ate this and that. Okay, my reaction was I felt I had the stomach issue or digestive issues. Another situation, I'm constipated. I'm having constipation and I'm drinking water and I'm having more fiber, but I'm still constipated. What does it mean? It can be an allergy. Some specific foods create allergy, and your body's manifesting like what? Doing what? Not going to the toilet. Holding it, right? And then you're having constipation. So first step, remember, first step for you to regulate and modulate and strengthen your gut microbiome is finding all the food allergies that you're having. That's the first step. I teach that in my program. I always teach my clients, that's the number one priority. And then they learn how to introduce the food back again. Because of course, for example, let's suppose that I love chocolate. And then my body is creating some like reactions to chocolate. Just an example. Because I created that, right? That was not, I created that because of my environment, my lifestyle. But it's possible you reintroduce that again. But you need to do the right protocol, the right strategy. You find your food allergies. You spend some time, for example, a great average, minimum 2 weeks. A great average, 30 days, for example. Let's say 30 days, but minimum 2 weeks. 30 days, you are avoiding that specific food because it's created that. And then you start reintroducing that properly again. But there are some protocols that you need to follow to do that properly. And then you are reintroducing that while you are strengthening your gut microbiome. And then you are focusing as well in, for example, taking probiotics, prebiotic as well, is the fertilizer, right? For you to create more good bacteria and regulate that. And then you're gonna start thinking about that. But another thing is focusing on helping your body to digest and absorb the food. Some of you guys are so weak in your gut that some of you guys need to take digestive enzymes for 30 days to 90 days. Why? Because your gut microbiome is so bad nowadays, it's so sick, that even if you are eating really careful, like all the digestible foods, you are doing everything right, but you spent years destroying your gut microbiome, and now your stomach is not producing enough hydrochloric acid, stomach acid. And then when your body is not releasing and producing enough hydrochloric acid, you will struggle to digest the food. and then you keep struggling. Anyway, so that's why some of you guys will need, for example, take it for 30 days to 90 days. It will depend. So each person, that's why everything should be customized. Okay. So each client that we have in our program, we teach that depending on what's the problem of the client, we are going to always give them the right direction, because everybody's unique. You cannot think something that will work with you if you are doing the same strategy of your friend. Big illusion. After 1 year, you are bigger than before, right? So remember that. And then, yes, and then that's it. So modulate, that's the first step. I could do like a big, like 2 hours live just talking about gut microbiome. But you need to understand, when we talk about belly fat, we talk about regulate your gut microbiome as well, because this will help modulate your hormones, including what? Include your estrogen hormone, right? Because you know that your estrogen hormone decrease when you're post-menopause. Got it? So that's one of the ways. And then, guys, yes, and then, of course, when we talk about belly fat, I'm going to say something obvious that you know and I know, but that's why I didn't say at the beginning, because everybody knows that. When you talk about belly fat, to reduce your visceral fat, of course, you need to stay in a caloric deficit, right? But you need to be careful how you are doing the caloric deficit, how you are eating less. Because many of you guys spent 5 years having like really small portions of meals without eating enough, never have enough nutrients every single day, and then now, in your case, you need to reverse diet. Some of you guys need to increase the calories, increase your macronutrients, increase more nutrients. Some of you guys need, instead of doing caloric deficit for some time, you need to spend some time eating more. Why? Just because you destroyed your metabolism for the last years. So that's another situation. That's why it should be like really customized. Your calories, your macronutrients should be customized to you, right? But you know that everybody to lose weight, I know that you need to always stay in a caloric deficit, right? Eat less, then you are, because by doing this, your body will always focus on reducing, get the energy from the food, for the fat that you are having in your body, and because you're eating less, you're going to always reduce that fat. But that's the point. You need to create a great machine inside your body to help your body to speed up your metabolism, to keep burning fat. Because sooner or later, your body will try to do what? Heat plateau. Your body is smart, guys. Your body is smart. Your body is an animal, super smart animal. You need to control that animal because you have the power. You receive that gift. This is a machine. You don't have this machine for the rest of your life. After 80 years old, 90 years old, some of you guys more than that, after this time, you're going to lose that machine. You're going to lose it. Boom. Right? I'm going to die, you're going to die. So we are going to lose that machine. So you need to have the control of that machine, because this is a gift that you received and you need to take care of that machine every single day. Right? It doesn't make sense you hate your body, because you can never heal your body if you hate your body. You need to love yourself and then you start taking care of yourself. Remember that, okay? This is super important. And then remember another thing, what I was talking about, yes, the caloric deficit you will always need to have. Now, go to the next one. Take notes about that. Exercise is crucial, but Thiago, okay, exercise to lose my belly fat, are you talking about? Okay, how can I use workouts properly, the right way, the right direction, the right strategy to lose more belly fat? First thing, always you need to prioritize. You don't focus on, I want to lose my belly fat, I'm going to do my abs. Now, guys, nowadays, I still see this mistake because it is super old, right? But some women still think that the more abs they do, ab workouts, they still think that they're going to lose more belly fat. Forget that, guys. Forget that. For you to lose, especially visceral fat, when you talk about, okay, visceral fat, I'm talking about visceral fat. The first thing that you need to understand, you can never choose where you want to lose more fat. Okay, I'm going to do this exercise because I want to lose fat in this part of my body. I'm going to do this exercise because I want to lose this fat in this part of my body. It doesn't exist, right? It doesn't exist. What you need to do, the right thing that you need to do is condition your body and always help your body to lose fat, visceral fat, right? Visceral fat. When we talk about, especially this area, you need, like around your midsection, you need to prioritize your whole body. When you are working out, you need to emphasize your whole body. Thiago, okay, are you telling me that for me to lose my belly fat, are you telling me that it's better I emphasize, for example, squat together with push-ups, because I'm activating lower body and upper body? Is much better than just, for example, if I focus on ab workouts for me to lose my belly fat. So that's what I'm telling me? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. So you need to emphasize your whole body to lose here, the visceral fat. Take note about that, because most of you guys don't know this. For you to keep burning fat and keep losing your belly fat long term, when we talk about the help of your workouts, because your workout is just one part of the dot, right? It's one part of the whole combination that will help lose your belly fat. It's just one part. But when you use your workouts to help you lose more belly fat, you need to focus on what? Increase your cardiorespiratory capacity, your VO2 max. Why? Why, Thiago? Why? Take notes, because I know most of you guys don't know that. If you lose 10 kilograms of fat, pay attention, if you lose 10 kilos of fat, 8.4 kilograms will lose from what? From carbon dioxide, CO2, from your breathing. Did you know that? I know most of you guys didn't know that. From carbon dioxide, so CO2. When you're losing, okay, where's my fat is going? Like I said, 10 kilos that you lose fat, 8.4 kilograms. That was one paper showing that, proving that. It's just CO2. So what does it, Thiago, what do you mean? What I mean is you need to help, remember what I told you, this one part of the whole thing. You need to help your body to have the system, the capacity of your VO2 max to keep burning fat. Because, for example, let's say, I'm going to give an example. Let's say you're following a diet. Everything's perfect, right? And then you're just walking. You're just walking. I'm just walking. Every day I'm walking. And then I'm following a diet. And then you know diet will be more important than workouts to lose fat, right? But some papers already are showing the importance of workouts to keep your weight off, for you to keep burning fat. Because if you don't focus on sustainability, if you don't focus on long term, you know what's going to happen, right? It happened with you. You lost weight and then you gain your weight back again. Why? Because you are doing the wrong workout. You are not producing, you are not increasing the cardiorespiratory capacity, your VO2 max. And why? Because this will help for you to keep burning fat. Long term, guys, this is long term. And what I'm teaching you here is thinking about sustainability. I want you guys to do the strategy, and in 5 years from now, you keep improving. You keep, no matter what happens, lockdown again. Now you are aging, you are older, and now you are after menopause, but you are still improving. Everything that I told you here is focusing on about like long term, right? And that's what you need to focus on. Improve your VO2 max, your cardiorespiratory capacity, especially because the way that you lose fat, 4 kilograms that you lose is from CO2, carbon dioxide. And most of you guys didn't know that. And another thing, so that's another thing. Okay, Thiago, are you telling me that I need to do a lot of cardio? Not necessarily. No. I don't do a lot of like running. I don't run a lot. You can increase your cardiorespiratory capacity by doing what? Resistance training as well. You just need to adjust. For example, you do a metabolic resistance training. You work out for more time doing, for example, squat. And then you are doing the movement, right? And then you rest for a short period of time. You are always keeping your heart rate high, right? Always giving a great stimulus to your heart rate. That's one of the ways for you to increase your VO2 max. Why? Because thinking long term, you're going to keep burning fat, because that's the way that your workout help you to lose your belly fat, okay? Why? Because the first thing that you're going to start losing compared to your subcutaneous, I always confuse how to say that in English, because I speak Portuguese, guys, just to let you know. I learned English in the last 4 years, just to let you know. Subcutaneous fat, your body will prioritize losing the visceral fat first. That's the most dangerous. That's the fat that you need to focus on, especially. But when you are doing this, your body is always focusing on losing the visceral fat first, okay? And then another thing that you need to prioritize is what? Building more muscle. So that's why if you keep walking every single day, okay, my workout is just walking. Every day I'm just walking 30 minutes. Amazing. 1,000 times better than doing nothing. Perfect for your mental health. Keep repeating that. Keep doing every day. I walk every single day. I have to walk every single day. But remember, when we talk about losing belly fat long term, you need to work out with intensity. You need intensity. For what? To build muscles. Because there is a hormone when you are building muscles, there is a hormone. Most people don't know that, called irisin. Irisin hormone that you are producing when you are building muscles. So the stronger you become, the more fat you are going to keep burn long term. I'm talking about long term. Because remember that you don't need to work out like crazy at the beginning. For example, first weeks. You can lose weight just focus on your nutrition. But when we talk about sustainability, you have to work out, focus on intensity, the right intensity for you, because I know many of you guys are doing many things wrong, like working out like crazy, more intense than you should work out. It should be something customized to you guys. Work out that's intense enough to create a great stimulus for you to become stronger. That's what I'm talking about. It's not work out like crazy. Big illusion. So that you can even stress out your body much more. You can increase your cortisol. You can feel tired. You can destroy your sleep. So be careful how you are doing your workouts. Be careful. Many people make this mistake. If it's not something that's in your fitness level, you are doing something that's much stronger, like much harder for you, or too light. And every time you're always doing a light workout, the results that you have in your mind will never achieve. Right? Because you need to build muscle to create what? Irisin hormone. Right? Why? Because this will help you lose more fat. Always long term. That's another way. Cool? Guys, have a great day. Let's crush it. We talk soon. I hope you guys enjoyed that. How to lose belly fat. Now you know. Let's go.